What up, guys? This is EvanWithGrips.com coming at you with yet another video looking to teach you how to get stacking, looking how to teach you how to improve your game. I've been getting a lot of really good feedback from people who have been watching the videos and seeing good results in their games since watching them. So I want to continue to release good content so that other people can also improve their games and benefit from the Grips poker training experience. So I'm gonna be dead honest with you guys. Well, first I'm gonna fold this queen 3 on table 2 because despite the fact that I flopped top pair, when I bet out, I got min raised on the flop, and now I'm getting led into for full pot, and that's just a spot where I'm not trying to commit too much money with top pair. As we throw in the poker tracker, hold a manager, whatever, same shit. So I just got back from a comedy show, and for anyone who's looking for a good laugh, Louis C.K., fantastic. Look him up on YouTube, look him up on Netflix, look him up wherever. If you're looking for a little happiness, a little excitement, a little fun, a little laughter, he is a very, very quality comedian, and I think you will thank yourself for going ahead and doing that. So, anyway, the dead honesty. I did have a couple of beers during the show, so I am not at my A game. I'm still probably at my B plus, maybe a little A minus, not too far off. But you may see me playing a little bit looser than usual, but I will try to stick to my game. And I do have a little drink in my cup with me right now just to keep this session going, because it's Thursday night, 10 o'clock. And after this video, I'm going to go have me some fun. But as some of you know from earlier today, we had some issues with the broadcast, and things didn't go according to plan. In fact, things went pretty terribly. The broadcast cut out twice, and I had to just cancel things, and I just got a cold 4-bet on table 6, which is really fucking annoying, but what are you gonna do? I can't flat a 4-bet with ace 10 off, and I can't 5-bet all in with ace 10 off with no dynamic with this guy, so I just gotta let him have it and let it go. So, to make up for the fact that there was no successful live stream today, and therefore no live coaching video uploaded to YouTube today, I wanted to, fix that and give you guys an extra training video so that you still get your second hour of content for the day. Now on table 1, I flopped pretty good with an open-ended straight draw, but it is a board that's pretty good for my opponent to check raise, so I'm going to check back, play showdown value / bluff catcher, and, well, I still have an open-ended straight draw, so I'm going to see the river, and I might represent on that king. Full pot? What flush, bro? I'm all in. He's repping a pretty narrow range here. Yeah, I don't fucking think so, bro. And when you're going to be calling with a straight draw or a flush draw with one card to come, you also, if you're not getting the best odds, you have to have a contingency plan for what you're going to do in situations where you don't make your hand, but you think that it's still going to be a profitable opportunity to try to move your opponent off the pot. And I felt like with the diamond coming off, yeah, there are some flushes he's going to have, but there are also a ton of hands that he's just going to bet with, because I check back the flop, that are not going to be flushes, and that are not going to be able to call that sort of action on the river. So that's why I went ahead and made that play. Here with pocket 10s on table 2, it looks like this guy posted, so I'm way ahead of his any 2 cards range. Man, I never know what to do here on these flops. What do I do? So I'll just like check and evaluate based on bet sizing what I want to do. Man, and all my fucking games are breaking too? It's fucking bullshit. It's like they don't know I'm trying to make a video. Of course they don't. Alright, well, good thing, I don't know, that's a heads up game. Bam, scored a seat. I got extra games. I really wanted to show you guys how to snag seats at On Game, because recently a lot of people who have been watching the show are going to be trying On Game, and the whole no waitlist thing, it's kind of weird. It's kind of different, but it's something that offers a lot of value. Um, you don't have to be on there as soon as the game starts to get a seat. You don't need to be the first guy on the wait list and feel like when you're number 10 on the wait list you're never going to get in the game. If you know how to capitalize on the fact that On Game has no wait lists. But since all my extracurricular tables are on the side right now, I can't really show you guys how to snag seats. But I will do one video where the only purpose of the video is showing you guys how to get seats so that you can maximize your value playing it On Game. Because this whole thing about no waitlist is cool, because he who clicks fastest will get the seat. But the cooler thing about On Game is that, we're playing 6 max, but it's a 10-handed table. So when a seat frees up, you can look to get position directly on the player that you want position on. You can get direct position on the fish. And that's way more value than being out of position to the fish. So, Zachary, I'm going to 3-bet, although he's playing somewhat aggressive right now, and I won't be surprised if I get 4-bet. And if I've been paying more attention, I would have known if he was the guy who cold 4-bet me or not. But I don't want to flat with 8-9 suited, and I don't really feel like folding 8-9 suited right now, so I'm just going to 3-bet and hope that he either calls or folds. And then we can... Every fucking game's breaking. Is Cockatrice a character from Pokemon or from Final Fantasy? I can't remember. I played both those games growing up, and they were both fantastic. Don't make fun of me for being a Pokemon nerd. I think it's a great game. If you guys are haters, then whatever. You're just ignorant. Zachary. Don't really know what he's repping. But I'm going to fold. And on table 6, ace-8 suited for like a min 3-bet, I'd probably call. What the fuck happened here? I don't even know. I'll just fold. What was I saying? Shit. I know I was done talking about Cockatrice. Yeah, I don't really know what he's repping there, but it's a good spot to make a little bluff raise. It's very cheap. In 3-bet pots, if you're up against a person who has like a really high frequency for c-betting in 3-bet pots, then it's definitely cool to mix in some min raises there to see how they react to them. If they're the type of player who just folds when they haven't hit anything, then your min raise is actually going to be very profitable on the flop, and you can also balance it for times where you did hit a piece. If, however, it's one of those guys who just always re-raises over 3-bets and like shoves all in and shit, then you learn pretty quickly that it should strictly be done for value, but you then know that, if you flop good in a 3-bet pot, there's no need to slow play. You can just raise, expect to get re-raised, and get the money and get paid. And that's what we're trying to do in this game. Get paid when we got it. Alright. I apologize for all the beeping. There's a lot of shit going on right now. I'm trying to keep up with it. It's kind of hard. I think I need some help from this rum punch I got. Way too strong. Way too strong. You know how it is like when you're making yourself a mixed drink and you put like half vodka and half juice, and you're like, what was the point of even adding juice? It still just tastes like straight vodka. That's pretty much what I did. Kind of regretting it right now. But whatever. I let out in the field on table 4 because I'd like, God. Ace-8 suited to a 3-bet, not really looking to play. I could 4-bet if I thought he was light, but when you raise under the gun and you get 3-bet by someone in the blinds, more often than not, they're going to have a strong hand rather than a weak hand, Like the range is going to be heavily weighted towards value hands rather than air hands. So I think I just get 5-bet all in a lot there, and another game breaking. Awesome. Whew. Flopping straight, that's pretty fucking sweet. Just gonna bat out and hope that the turn card doesn't suck and that I can get a lot of money in by the river. Actually, this board's pretty draw heavy. I was gonna go 275, but I'm gonna go 325. As you guys know, the more draws that are on the board, the bigger you should be betting. And here, if he limped in with any pair, he's going to call, and if he has 7, he's going to call, and if he has 6, he's going to call. And I think he has those hands more often than he has a bricked flush draw. And I flopped another set. Amazing. Nice screen name on table 5. Fuck on game. Why do you play there then? Meanwhile, in Setland, we continue to bloat the size of the pot to maximize our value. Oh, you check raise? Well, given that he defended from the big blind, I don't think 7-9 suited is all that likely, so I'm going to get some more money in this pot. And just hope he has 6s or some combo draw that picked up spades. And yeah, we win. 6-8. Good hand. How would I have played it if I were him? Probably check raise the flop. A lot of brutal turns that can come off. 7, 9, 10. And check raise on the turn is okay, but when I re-raise there, like, what's he really hoping I have? I don't know. Obviously he's hoping I have a worse hand, but what does he realistically think that I have that he can beat when I re-raise there? I don't know. But that's why it's 50-0. A lot of people aren't thinking. So we'll fucking ship that shit. And against X_Matrix1 on table 4. We're probably in good shape. But I'm gonna take... Actually, I was thinking about taking a pocket control line, but I'm not. I was gonna bet. When he bets, I call. And that queen makes it a lot less likely that he has a queen in his hand. His donk bet could mean that he had a queen. We've been learning in these sessions that the donk bet oftentimes means top pair. But I'm just not in a folding mood right now, so I'm going to call down and hope he has like 6x or like 7-7 or some shit like that, and then we just win the pot. He's passive so far, but I mean, I just want to stack on table 5, so I'm kind of over it. I'm just going to call and win. It's funny that, like, you know, I called this bet on the flop. Fine, I can have a draw or some shit. But, like, I called this bet on the turn. And the river changed nothing. What does he think I'm going to fold? Again, he's probably just not thinking. Oh, pretty good hand on the bonus table. 3-bet ace queen. Flop top pair top kicker with the backdoor not flush draw. Taking this shit to the house. Oh man, did you slow play King's Pre? Whatever. Over you, bro. Give me the money with your combo draw. God, slow played Kings. Ace. My decimal's not working. Alright, I'll use the shortcuts. That was a good play by him. Fur. Or whatever. And against, you know, in the way the games are playing these days, it actually makes a lot of sense to slow play your big pairs facing a 3-bet. If you're up against someone who's going to be 3-betting a very Broadway heavy range, you know, like a 10-jack through king-queen kind of range, it makes sense to slow play your big pairs, aces and kings, such that you can get into that exact situation where if someone flops top pair in a 3-bet pot, it's pretty unlikely they're going to fold it. And if they have a hand that you had just like smashed pre-flop anyway, they're going to fold to your 4-bet anyway. So you trap them for a bet when they have nothing, and when they flop top pair, you give them an opportunity to cooler themselves. And I think this guy limp called pre-flop and got top pair. I'm going to call. What the fuck? running 9-7. Cool story on game. Hopefully they won't make me look like an idiot again. I raised and this guy defended. I have top pair, top kicker. I'm looking to value bet 3 streets. I think on that river I might check back. He's probably not going to let me. Yeah, okay. Check, check. You got a 5. Turn to flush draw. Story checks out. He should have folded pre-flop. Other than that, he played his hand fine. His blind versus blind. I'm going to get fucked with a lot over it. And that's why I advocate playing pretty tight from the small blind. Blind versus blind confrontations. No one likes to fold everything. Everyone always loves to fuck with you. So you might as well have a hand that you can play comfortably post-flop, like Jack-10 offsuit. Let's see what this guy does on table 5. Let's see if he can move me off my hand. Because I got equity, bro. I'm in no rush to leave this party. Spilling and shit, that's not good. And for what it's worth, guys, please try to take this video more for entertainment value than for training value, because I'm still going to play okay, but I'm not going to play my best. And yeah, I don't want to be teaching you guys bad habits. Like, how I'm going to play strategically is going to be fine, but the fact that I've had a couple drinks before the session is something you should not try to emulate. Top pair, 3-bet pot, I call. Hope he shuts down. But you know, this whole grips thing, all I'm gonna hope he just has a draw, even though I don't have the best equity against that. Yeah, he's got the draw, which makes sense, because if he didn't have the draw, he would have bet smaller and induced me to give some action there. But, you know, he made a bet that's like, hey, get out of the fucking pot. And I'm like, nah, dude, I got top pair. I'm sticking around. So that was nice. Fortunate situation. But yeah, the whole grips thing, you know, I'm trying to teach you guys to be better poker players, but I'm also trying to show you guys how to have a good time when you're playing poker. A lot of it is about not taking everything too seriously. Don't get beat up. Don't get too caught up in the emotions of the bad beats and stuff. Take a really laid back, relaxed attitude towards the sessions, because that's what's going to keep it fun. As soon as the game starts to get serious, that's when you risk getting burnt out. It's when you risk getting frustrated. It's when you risk getting fed up. It's just when just like a whole bunch of bad shit happens. So it's always good to maintain the mindset that poker is a game, and we like to play poker because it's fun and it gives us enjoyment. And you don't want to be doing things or having an attitude that works counterintuitively towards that. You don't want to be feeling shitty when you're playing poker. You don't want to be feeling sad when you're playing poker. You want to be having fun. And check calling with mid pair on table 4. It's a good time. So we probably got the best hand. Just wondering if he's going to call with worse. I don't think he is. But I also don't think he's going to bluff. So I'm going to bet really fucking small to hit a little compromise between that and give us a outside chance of getting like hero called by pocket 7s or something. So if we check, he's going to check back. If we bet half pot or more, he's just going to fold everything. And by taking the sides, it may give us like the slightest possibility of getting paid by a worse hand. I'm pretty confident we got the best hand. And if he raises, I mean, that's the other thing about betting really small, is you can induce people to spaz out and do something stupid because they feel dumb folding for you know, 1/6 of pot, but they don't have a good enough hand to call, so they just like spaz out and raise, and then you just like click call, see what happens. I mean, whatever. If he's beating me, fine. I'm getting 3-1. He only has to be bluffing 25% of the time. And given that he checked back the turn, I think he's going to be bluffing some percentage of the time here. Bam. Fucking got him. I mean, he's getting $1,000,000 to 1. Why doesn't he just call? I don't know. That was not a drunk play. That was a legit expert play. It's something that you should be using in your game. The only thing is when you bet to induce, you kind of have to call when they raise because you gave them the opportunity to raise with something worse. If you bet to induce and then you fold, it's like half of the value of your play is diminished. So yeah, if you bet to induce, you just gotta call. Sometimes they're gonna have it, but if you're a good hand reader and you've analyzed the situation more often than not, they're not gonna have it, and you're just gonna win the money. So ace king cutoff versus button against some guy who's fucked with me before. I'm just gonna 4-bet and call it off. I don't like flatting 3-bets out of position, even with hands as good as ace king, because you just get fucked with. It's hard to play profitably out of position, especially without a made hand. So better to just 4-bet, get it in. Hands that are okay to call there, strong suited broadways, big pairs that you want to slow play that don't need to improve on the flop. But it really comes down to your opponent's 3-betting range. Reminisce about the days when I was a 50 NL grinder. Good times. So many bad players. The regs make so many mistakes. You just get a win, 6 days out of 7. It feels good. And 50 NL is good fucking money. If you're winning a buy in a day, it's like $300 a week. If you're just like a college student or something, that's crazy good money. Think how much fun you can have at the bar when drinks cost like $175 and you're making an extra $300 a week. You'd be a fucking baller. And you get older, or you live in a big city where the drinks are like fucking $7 a piece, and you're like, are you fucking kidding me? But then you got to play the higher limits to be able to afford the higher end nightclubs. I guess just such is life. Embrace it while you're young and you don't have a lot of responsibility and things are easy and everything's carefree. Because life's still good when you get older. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating against that, but life gets a little more complicated and more expensive. So embrace it while you can, or do what you got to do to maintain the awesomeness as you get older. You just got to work a little harder, because when you deal with older people, there's more competition. Other people are working hard. Yeah. I don't really have a plan here on table 5, but I think he would have bet a queen on the flop, and he could have just been betting with some hand that had a diamond in it. So that's why I check called the turn. Ooh, I'm gonna get it in. You guys can watch this. This guy's 3-bets 33%, so ace queen's probably ahead of his range. No need to slow play. Let's just get the money in. This guy's clearly ready to go, or not. But if I can squeeze and take down 850, that's 17 bigs. That's sweet. Did I just fold to a min raise? Deuces? Yeah, it's not that bad. Even if I did. People are always tempted. They're like, well, it's a min raise. Getting a good price from the blind. Why don't I call? It's still tough to play that shit out of position. You gotta be careful. Ooh. Everybody limped. I ISO'd. I flop top her. I'm gonna bet 275. Get money. Okay. No customers. But no big deal, because we still won the pot. You don't need to get max value just because you flopped a good piece. Didn't feel like checking back on table 2, although it's an okay board for my opponent to check raise. I probably should have checked back. Oh well. Nice hand, bro. You got it. You earned it. Ace 4 suited, table 5. Do not call raises from early position with small suited aces. Puts you in difficult spots, and it's very difficult to navigate post-flop out of position without the lead. Don't do it. It's tempting, I know, but just don't do it. Your win rate will thank you. King, queen. Well, if I'm going to 3-bet the one on table 5, I'm obviously going to 3-bet the one on table 4, especially because table 5 I'm 3-betting against a regular, and table 4, it's just Mr. Fishcake, X underscore matrix 1. Nice screen name, by the way. 4-bet. 4-bet range is high. Just fucking go for it. Oh, God. No. Resist temptation. His 4-bet is really big, 6.6, but his sizing is so inducing. I think he has it. I'm going to fold. My gut said go for it, but that's because I'm a little tipsy right now. Sober me would probably say. Respect. God, his 4-bet range is insane. 10%. You guys go ahead and open up Poker Stove. Put in 10% of hands. Let me know how King Queen fits in against that range. I'd imagine we're ahead. And I'd imagine we have equity against most hands. But right now we're winning on the session, so why fuck with it, right? So that's not a good reason. I just believed his sizing. Well, when I check back on table 4 to pot control, I'm obviously going to call the turn bet with a pair of aces. And I'll just bet really small, try to get value from whatever. Some shitty hand. You didn't want to pay, but that's okay. If we bet the flop, he probably just folds, and we risk getting check raised because that board had some draws on it. So, maximize our value and minimize our risk and variance. Variance. The Euros call it variance. I'm North American. I call it variance. God, this drink is way too strong. Now, if I had 2 or 3 more of these drinks, I would not play another session. Because I know when to draw the line. I am a responsible gambler. Poker player. I'm not a fucking gambler. I'm a poker player. There's a difference. Poker players put themselves in plus EV situations. Gamblers play for the rush and have no sense of what's profitable and what's unprofitable. If you play blackjack, roulettes, craps, you're a gambler. Nothing wrong with being a gambler. Just, I don't like that poker players and gamblers are lumped into the same thing, because there's a big difference, and anyone who plays poker knows that. Alright, well, this guy's isolating a limp, and we have a good hand on table 6, so we're going to re-isolate him. He'll probably just fold. Obviously, we hope he doesn't. Motherfucker. But there's nothing wrong with it. Wow. Temptation. I'm closing the action with pocket fours. It's kind of expensive, but I'm getting 3-1 immediate. So if I can make 20 bucks post flop, if I hit my set, that's good. And this guy's 3-bet so far. He's pretty low, and he's squeezing against the under the gun razor. So I think we have implied odds. So 4 spades one fucking time. God. Never. Don't call 3-bets out of position with 7-8 suited on table 6. Again, your win rate will thank you. Unless you have a super good read on the guy. If you got a super good read on the guy, you know how he plays post flop, you can justify it. But I don't know who this dude is. All I know is his name is either from Pokemon or Final Fantasy. And until I can figure that out, I probably shouldn't be calling 3-bets against him out of position. You guys want to see a cooler? Sure. Unlucky, bro. Unlucky. Ooh, nasty. He has nothing. He defended pre-flop and then donk bet into me on this board like he ever has anything. That's why I called. Hitting the boat was cool because it was exciting, but I didn't really expect to get paid off on it. I wish you guys could just see the text message I just sent. You know when you're like real drunk and you try to type out a text message and it doesn't come out at all? My buddy asked me what was up. I tried to tell him I'm doing a drunk recording and it came out as drunk recording. I'd imagine he will be able to put the pieces together and figure out what I was trying to say. Even though Cockatrice is nitty in his preflop stats, 14-11, his 3-bet's reasonable, and he 3-bet me last time blind versus blind, and I would expect him to continue doing that until I show the balls to 4-bet. And given that there's going to be about 15 more minutes left in this session, I don't see any point in trying to set up some dynamic with him. So I'm just going to be a bitch, for lack of better words. Be a bitch and let him. I mean, it's blind versus blind. What do I care about the 50 cents? Kings. 2 pairs. I'll let you guys guess what happened pre-flop. How did I see this flop with Jack 5 off? I think it's pretty obvious. All in. Damn. Oh, good board to fuck with this guy on table 3, so I'll do that. Are you one of those guys that leads with good hands? I don't know. I'll just call on bonus table. Ooh. It's about as good a turn as it gets. Other than the king of hearts. But I'm still just going to call down. If he's got a set, which is one of the hands that people lead out with, I don't want to give my whole stack. And if he has like 9s or something, I don't want to scare him off. So raising would get him to fold, whereas calling down allows him to keep betting and putting in 3 streets. So I'm just going to go with call. Minimize my losses when I beat, maximize my gains when I have him beat. And obviously if he checks, I'm going to value bet the river. Because then he just like almost never has me beat. What are you going to do, bro? Make a fucking decision. So I call. Nice. Way to go. Way to fucking bluff it off. Nah. His play's fine. And the thing, like, if I'm calling down with like a 7 or 8s or 9s or 10s there, the queen's a great barrel card for him, and if I'm in his shoes, I'm going to continue bluffing too. There's no reason for him to stop bluffing when the scare card comes off. That's unlikely to hit my range. Even though it's not that likely he's going to have a queen, it's still hard for me to have one. And if I'm a bad hand reader, I'm going to fold there. So, you know, his play's fine. Alright, we're going to get ambitious against 4-bet Happy Saturday Pro. I'm 3-betting with... I was 3-betting with the intention of 5-betting until I got cold 4-bet by fucking green.net. Take the money, bro. He's probably so pissed. He's like, man, nice. I finally woke up with a hand. I'm going to get some action. It's just like, nah, I got nothing. Mr. fucking Greek. Grigio! Still 3-betting 20%. I'm going to give you action with my pocket jack. Speaking of coming soon to a screen near you. Alright, I bet. I'm running out of time. I gotta bet. I'm never folding these jacks. Especially now. Got the nuts. And I'll bring over these aces. What are you doing, bro? Okay. If you don't have a Betfair account yet, after seeing that hand, if you live outside the United States and you have the option to play on Betfair, I hope that you at least entertain the idea of maybe you want to open a Betfair account and start playing with these guys, because I just got to buy it from a dude who had a fucking gutter. I don't know if you see that shit on Stars. Maybe you do. I don't play there enough to know, but I feel like the action that goes on here, it's kind of like some Twilight Zone shit that you don't see on other sites. Yeah, you get no fucking value matrix. I bet when my equity's good, I check when it's bad. I take my shit to showdown. Man, gotta stop spilling. Looks like we might get some action here with Ace King, so bring it over. That guy's pretty loose. 70-40. 3-bet of 18. God, worst flop. I feel like we're too deep for me to bet call here. Like, if he had like $15 or $20, I might just fucking bet call, oi it in, whatever, because he can like spaz out with worse hands. But I feel like it's too much to commit, so I'm just gonna. God, really? Not flush draw. 34 to win 43. Well, this is why I can justify to you guys that I am not that drunk, because there is no wasted person in the world that would ever fold the nut flush draw for any amount of money. And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I did it. The price, it's a terrible price. I need him to have like ace queen with the queen of clubs or something for that to be a good call. I don't know why I'm pulling this hand over. Nothing's gonna happen. I try my best, guys. I want to give you that action. I want to give you the rush. But sometimes my opponents do not cooperate. King 3 suited. Blind versus blind. I mean, the guy's playing super loose, so whatever, I'll go for it. But I actually don't think it's that smart to raise like the weaker, just like randy suited hands against loose guys, because they're just gonna call you, and then what do? I guess you c-bet and win. If they're like really aggressive post flop and like to raise and stuff, don't open a wide range. It's just not worth it. Bluff catcher, table 6. They won't bluff catch. They can't bluff catch. Bluff catch. The question is, how many barrels do I call if he bets the flop and then bets the turn and then bets the river? At what point do I have to give him credit for actually having it? You gotta know your player. I don't know this guy. I'm just gonna keep this pot small. Okay. Men. Pay me. Pay this man his money. Yeah, you call him Muck, bro. Call him Muck. What you call me with? King. Thanks for the river on game. Make the worst bluff ever on table 5. Nice! See, the thing is, like, when he just checks, he limps in, so he has a shitty hand. He checks back 2 streets, so he probably has a shitty hand. But if I bet like 50 cents or like 75 cents, he might be like, yeah, good pot odds, I call. When I make it 2.5x pot there, he ain't gonna call me with nothing. So unless he has a queen that he decided to slow play, I could probably get a fold out of him. And we have a set that got no action. Standard. And we have another set that's also gonna get no action. But I know that people are like, ooh, wow, set. So, get excited. We had sets. Oh my god. No action. 50 NL games at Betfair are quite good so far. From what I've seen, I don't know if I've had a losing session yet playing 50 NL here. And I'm not the best player in the world, so it's got to be the fact that these players are just really bad. Par. Again, whack-ass flop for ace-king. Check back. Call. Oh, we have another set. This one might get paid. Call and let him keep betting. He's the pre-flop raiser, so I don't want to scam him. Yeah, I'll just take this AK to showdown. Let's see. If I call it 350, there's 15 in the middle. Not enough. I want more money in the middle. What's your par? Worse. So I'm gonna build this pot so that I can get all in by there. Ace king good? Of course it is. God, no action on sets. I'll use your fucking assy sizing against you, Zarzar. Zarzar. How you like my 4-bet? God, his full to 4-bet's 100%. No, I still stick with... God. Stats don't lie. Yeah, he's a blaster. He's playing really loose pre. He's 3-betting a lot. He's 4-betting a lot. He's not 5-betting a lot. I should slow play. He's 3-betting a lot. Why don't I just let him make top pair? And if I've got him coolered anyway in like a aces versus like queens or kings situation, how often when I have 2 aces in my flop is the flop going to come ace high such that he's going to get scared and not give me action? Not very often. See, I'm going to 3-bet here, but I don't want to because this guy 4-bets a lot. And I don't want to 5-bet the king jack off, so... Not matrix. Yeah. Yeah, we'll play heads up. Yeah, I'll fire 1-bet. Shut it down. Because I'm drawing... Wow. 58-8 on table 3. These guys are absurd loose. Hopefully Matrix doesn't have an ace. Nice. Oh, shit. At least we have a good hand with the king-queen. I meant to make it $4. But, you know, the hand runs okay. If he's got jacks or tens, we have fine equity. So, I mean, whatever. It's fine. When you misclick like this, when the guy puts you all in and it's going to be $3 to win 100, you call. Even if you misclicked with like 2-3 off, when the price is that good, you don't have a choice. You fucking call and you go for it. Because, yeah, you made a mistake, but you don't want to compound that mistake by making a horribly incorrect fold later. Unfortunately, he folded. I don't lose my money, and we get to talk about what to do when you misclick. So it's beneficial shit. Man, these games are good. I don't want to quit, but I've got some things I have to do. So I'm going to have to end the video soon. Got this drink in my cup. By the way, if any of you guys watching know any good hip-hop songs, mainstream or underground, because I like both, please post them in the comments. I'm looking to expand my music library, and for anyone who's passionate about hip-hop, obviously those are the people who are going to know the best songs, the songs that may not be mainstream, may not be released and stuff. And just let me know. Give me some good shit to check out on YouTube, so I can add them to my music library. I'm all about good music, but usually the good songs I find are through people who really know their shit and who are really passionate about it. So I'm sure a couple of you guys, at least one or two of you, are into music. So post up some good shit so I can have some good stuff to listen to this weekend. Ace high flop, table 3, c-bet, guys calling with 60% of hands pre-flop. How many of them have aces? Not that many. Alright, I'll build the pot just in case I hit a 5 or a spade, or if you peeled with a 3 and you're not gonna fold. I check. I check. Dude, just check. I'm checking. Don't lead out. I want to see your hand. Yeah, you're never folding. I was not going to two-barrel if I didn't turn equity there. But, given that he's going to fold out all his shit hands on the turn and only call with his strong hands, then we're putting ourselves in a good position. We're building up the pot against a strong hand such that if we hit, we can put a nice large size value bet on the river. Whereas if we check back, that pot's still going to be small and we're not going to get much money in. Okay, last orbit for this session. This game sucks anyway. Bringing it back up for one hand. Okay, well, we'll play one more orbit on table 4 just because Matrix is just atrocious. You're nit. I'll bet. If you raise, I will fold. But if you call, I will try to trap you for one more street of value. If you have 9s with a spade or 10s with a spade. The guy's playing 5-5. Over 37 hands. Okay. I'll get cheeky with it. And I will check raise your bitch ass on table 2. Because you're c-betting your entire range. And if you don't have an ace, you cannot call me, sir. And even if you have an ace, I have equity. Loves me some bonus tables. Yo. Relax with the beeping on, game. People have sensitive ears. No spade. Against someone this tight, though, I don't know if I even call the river anyway, though. Because he's going to be flatting my raise with some strong hands, because I raised it on the gun. He might have queens or kings. And I think he checks back 9s. Let me check how much we're up right now. Not that it's important. I got time bank. I'm in no rush. We're up 84. We're up 84. Okay, we'll be a hero. Yeah, I think he's going to have it, but whatever. 2.5 to 1. Yeah, of course you have it. Fucking net. Surprised he called me with that pre-flop. But when the nits bet the river, they always have it. So you can save those big river calls for other players. Don't pay off the nits. Now you know. Okay, so we just got a couple more hands before we shut it down. We won $60. I'm just happy I didn't lose. No, and like, the fact that we were up isn't a justification for calling there. And that's actually, I forget if I've written about it in an article yet or if I was just meaning to write about it in an article. But whether you're up or down in a session should have no impact on your decisions. If I think the guy just has me beat, I should fold. But I wanted you guys to see that nits just always have it. Don't pay off the river bets. It's worth my $15. It's gonna save you guys hundreds. Hopefully thousands if you're playing bigger. But it will at least save you hundreds. So my 15 loss saves 20 people $100, 2,000 net gain, 1985. It's worth it. It's worth it for the team. Okay, that's the last hand. So nothing to review. We played, we didn't play that far off from typical, rather tight, 18-16, 7% 3-bet. Higher 3-bet than usual, but I think that that's the right way to play. All these other stats, I don't really know what they mean. but they look good to me. So, again, I apologize to everyone who tuned in for the broadcast today and was disappointed to see that we had technical difficulties and couldn't get it running. But we will do sessions Monday to Thursday next week, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day. And if you're interested in being featured on those shows, just fill out your application at facebook.com/Gripst. It's on like the right side. There's a Gripst logo. I'm looking forward to getting as many of you passionate poker players involved with the project as possible, because all I want to do is see you guys win and hear about your conquests and hear about your great results and your crushing and your victories and all that awesome shit, because it makes me happy to see other people do well, and I like to be a part of that success. You know, it makes me feel warm inside to know that I helped someone else do better. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave me your comments on the video page, and if you have any specific requests, please send me a private message or send me an email. This has been Evan for Grips.com, and now it's your turn. Go out there and get fucking stacking. And don't do it when you're drunk, because that's a bad idea. But if you're a little buzzed, you can justify it. But if you come back from the bar and you play a session, I don't want to hear about it, because I don't approve my students doing that. And that's all I have to say. Have a good night, everybody.